this is gonna be probably my first ever YouTube video, so I hope you all enjoy. It's a get ready with me video. So yeah, if you want to know how to get this natural beauty that probably looks awful on camera, but that's fine, keep on watching. Bye, hope you have fun. Okay, so I just got out of the shower, so my hair is all wet and ready to go. And so the first product I'm going to be using is this Longe Sorbet Botanical Soothing Balm. So this really just like conditions your hair. It has coconut oil in it, so it's really good and healthy for your hair. So I'm just gonna take like that amount right there, kind of rub it in. That was a little bit more than I wanted. But then you just take it from the ends of your hair and then just work it in. So since my hair has a little bit of natural wave to it, I just scrunch it in like this. And this works best if you use a hair dryer afterwards and then just do that to it. So yeah, we're gonna go in with moisturizer. So this is from a company called Public Goods. So this is like an online only company, but what they do is they use like really good ingredients for all of their products, but without the super expensive packaging. So you're paying for the product, not the packaging. So I used to have hair loss all the time, but like just hair would fall out if I was using certain shampoos. But ever since I use this company's shampoo and conditioner, that hasn't been happening, and their moisturizer is literally just as effective for your skin. I haven't had any like major breakouts or anything. It's just like super, really nice moisturizer. So I usually just take one squirt, I do it across my hand, kind of like that, and I just kind of slap my other hand on it so there's a little bit on both hands, and I kind of just rub it in all over the face. It really just helps your makeup apply evenly as well, which I think is really important. You really want that as a factor for when you're doing your makeup. Now we're gonna go ahead and start with makeup. So if any of you watch James Charles, you know that he puts some concealer over his nose first before he does anything else. And I found that for the makeup process, that works best for me, because just makeup slips and slides all over my nose all the time if I don't have more coverage on it. So next, currently I'm using the Maybelline concealer. I think it's like $5 at Target. So then what I do is I just take the little thing and just put it first of all in like the creases of my nose, and then just like over the top a little bit. And then I always make sure to get like right there. I just find that that's a good place to put it. So it looks really stupid right now, but trust me, it's gonna make a difference. My current beauty blender, I need to get a new one. It's awful. I mean, look at this. It is really bad. So just bear with me. So I'm just gonna wet it a little bit. There you go, it's all ready to go. And then you just blend. Next product, Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation. This stuff has been a pretty big game changer for me actually, because I have really like dry skin in the morning, which is why this moisturizer is really good. But then at the end of the day, my skin is so oily and it's just everywhere and looks totally awful. So that's why I have the Matte and Poreless Foundation, because I have like pretty big pores on my nose as well, which is another reason that the concealer all over my nose before I do foundation is really helpful. So I just take some of this and I put it on the back of my hand like that, and then I take my beauty blender and I just dip in and blend. And I try to use a somewhat minimal amount of foundation, like, you know, that's like not a ton. It's not like super minimal, but you know, but I like to have pretty good coverage all over my face. So I think, like, obviously this kind of thing isn't for everyone, but me personally, I don't have a ton of time to get ready in the morning. Obviously I'm taking more time to like show you guys what's up. But yeah. And a lot of times I feel like I see this all the time, people totally forget to blend it into their neck. And also I'm realizing just how crazy pale this looks on camera. Okay, just so you know, this is matching. But yeah, it's not like I have super good lighting or anything. Since my foundation usually takes a little bit of a longer time, just because, you know, obviously I'm not like an expert at this or anything, I'm going to finish up with my foundation and then I'll be right back to talk to you about the rest. Alright, so we have all of the foundation done, and so we're ready to move on to the next product, which is this e.l.f. translucent powder. So it's just like this white powder that I use. I like it better because it feels like powders don't really match my skin tone, because I'm naturally a very pale skin tone. I'm actually the lightest shade of the Maybelline Poreless Matte Foundation. So that gives you a little bit of an idea. Obviously on camera this looks like I'm a ghost pretty much, but I promise you in person I match really well. So Maybelline has a pretty wide range of shades if you're looking for something that's like in your price range, because I know that like high-end makeup is over the top expensive, which is why I'm not doing that yet. So I'm also using this e.l.f. brush. It's called the Mineral Powder Brush. So I'm just gonna take some of this, just dab it in there, and just put it all over. And then just make sure to get it on your nose if you have oily skin like me, because that's gonna help a lot. Another tip that some people use that I actually used for a little while is like put setting spray on over your moisturizer and then do setting spray afterwards, and it does keep your skin from getting super oily throughout the day, but it doesn't really feel that nice. It kind of makes your skin feel kind of tight, but if you really care about not having oily skin throughout the day, that might be for you. I don't know. But yeah, so that worked for me for a little bit, but then I just decided I didn't really want to go that route anymore. Alright, the next product I'm using is this Burt's Bees blush. And they're like a company that you can buy at Target. They use very natural products to create their makeup. They do foundation, mascara. I'm not in love with their mascara just because I feel like it's not really giving me the length I want because I have really short lashes. But I'll show you what mascara I use in a second. So the brush I'm using is again by e.l.f. the blush brush that they have. That's literally all it's called. So I'm just gonna dip in here. And, you know, that's a fair amount of product on my brush. I typically don't like to have a ton. But I don't know, we'll see how this goes. So just again, you know, like normal blush, you just take it from the cheekbone and go up. Alright, so we have our blush good, ready to go. And powder. Alright, so next thing, highlighter. So this is the highlight palette I use. So there's a company called Shop Hush that's based in California, and so they do like kind of like dupe makeup palettes, but like really good quality ones. And like they're not, so like when I say dupe, I don't mean counterfeit. Like counterfeit being people trying to completely recreate somebody else's product with the same ingredients and everything else. That's not what this is. This company uses completely different ingredients, but the palettes look almost like something else. Like for instance, I have this palette called Athena by Bad Habit, and so Bad Habit is kind of like a company that's involved with Shop Hush, and so that's what both of these palettes are from. So this one really resembles, I think it's like the Desert Dust something by Huda Beauty, and the colors work amazingly. This is definitely my favorite eyeshadow palette. I just got it about 2 months ago and it works amazing. It was only $14 from shophush.com. I definitely recommend it if you don't want to buy a $65 eyeshadow palette from Huda, because yes, it's great quality, but being 16, you don't have a lot of money to spend on eyeshadow palettes and such, as I'm sure you already know. So yeah, this is a great option for me. This company makes some amazing products. So back to the highlight palette. So it's like, I call it Rose, but it's probably Rosé. But it says the Rosé Highlight Collection. And so in here we have 6 different colors. Typically this is like the color of blush that I use every day during like the winter time. So I usually choose this color down here because it matches it the best. This one looks like it does on camera, but it's this one typically. So this one is called hashtag all day. So typically what I do is I dip into this a little bit with my finger because, I don't know, I feel like you have some control over it and whatever, and I know a lot of people like to use highlight brushes, and honestly I would, but I'm broke and I don't want to buy another brush. So we're gonna do that eventually, but so I just like take it and put it where you're supposed to put highlight, I guess. So like the top of your cheekbone. So like it's pretty shiny, it's pretty sparkly. I don't know if you can see that. There we go, it's better. So you just kind of take it and put it right there. So it gives it a little bit of like a shine type thing. And then I kind of just like try to get it in the right light to like see what I'm doing. Currently it's a little hard because my mirror is a little bit higher because I'm on my knees right now, but oh well, it's fine. So then the other side, same process. And I like how they have multiple different colors in here because it works with like different blush shades, and then they also have one called Champagne, which I'm going to be using in a second. That is like a skin tone color for like people of lighter skin tone, I guess. That's the one thing, like, I guess when you have a darker skin tone you can still use highlight, but it's got to be like a little bit harder. I don't know. So we have that. It didn't blend as nicely as I wanted it to today, but you get the idea. Usually it looks great, but you know, I'm doing this on camera, so it's a little bit of a different story. So then I take a little bit of that champagne color, which is just this one right here. And so then I take a little bit of that and I just put a little bit on the tip of my nose because I don't know, I just think it adds like a cutesy effect. Cool. And then sometimes I take a little bit and put it on my chin as well. So yeah, that's the Rosé highlight palette. All right, the last thing that I usually do in the morning for just a simple makeup look like this is mascara. So I use the Artistry Length and Definition mascara. I just think that it's just a really great product. It really does lengthen my lashes, and I can show you that in a second. But so my mom is like a distributor for Artistry, so that's how I'm able to get this product. But you know, it's not something that you can just buy at Target. It's pretty high end, but you can't, it's an online product. Just take it like any mascara, and I always do my lower lashes first. There we go. So that's the bottom, and then the top. I'm gonna do this a little bit off camera because it's just a lot right now. So I'll be back in just a second. And we are pretty much all done. So this is the finished look. I think we look pretty good. Definitely like a really natural look. Obviously right now it's, yeah, I look really, really pale on camera right now. I promise you though, I like everything matches. Like even on camera, everything matches. I just look way more pale than I actually am. Probably because of the lighting. I don't know if I back up, is it better? Maybe a little bit. I don't know, I can't really tell. But the highlight is definitely showing up a lot more than it is in the mirror. I know. So anyway, yeah. So this is the finished look. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you were able to find some tips for maybe your own makeup routine. But honestly, I think the biggest takeaway from this is don't go super hardcore trying to do every beauty trend that's out there, because I know there's a lot of them. There's like contour, bronzer, a bunch of other things that I didn't do today. But I think this is just a really nice like everyday look. So yeah, hope you enjoy. And if you can click that like button and that subscribe button, that'd be great. So yeah, bye!